Hello and welcome to France 24's weekly music show. I'm Audrey Hash. Now, we should have been bringing you a jam-packed show full of live music and band interviews as part of our celebration of the return of music festivals following 2 years of COVID-related cancellations. We're here at les Eurockéennes de Belfort in the east of France. It's one of the country's biggest music festivals. They had a huge lineup prepared for 4 days. However, the weather forecast decided to rain on its parade. Here's Clovis Casali with the details.
Yeah, we're a bit wet. It's very humid.
A thunderstorm worse than expected, with tents at risk of being blown away.
Everyone's trying to take shelter and wait for it to stop. Hopefully it won't last an hour.
Winner of the prestigious award of Best Craftsman of France, Clotilde Jacoulot has a food truck offering vegetable crisps and sausages, all locally produced. With the storm over, she gets her first and last customers of the day.
What? The festival's closing?
Yes, they are evacuating.
Are you joking?
Yes, it's cancelled.
Do we have to leave too?
Not sure. Maybe just stay inside.
Minutes earlier, heavy showers and strong winds swept through the Eurockéennes festival in Belfort, even bringing down trees. The storm left 7 people injured at the campsite. Organisers decided to cancel the first 2 days of the festival to give technicians time to secure the site. In the meantime, some ticket holders stayed at the campsite after a difficult night.
We had loads of water in the tent. My brother also. He had to sleep surrounded by hail. Not very comfy.
As the sun shines again, spirits are high. More revelers arrive, ready to set up base for the weekend and have a good time.
If you come here with good friends up for a laugh, in the right mood, it can only go well.
Even if the Care Bears were playing on stage, people would come to the festival anyway, because they want to experience the atmosphere of the campsite. People stayed despite the hailstorm yesterday. Some had their tents blown away, but it didn't matter. They went to sleep in their neighbours' tents.
Groups mingle, happy to meet new faces. The festival can now resume, with famous performers on stage and lesser-known ones on the campsite.
Bien évidemment, et comment la journée de demain et d'après-demain vont se passer, étant entendu, je veux tout de suite dire que le festival ouvrira bien ses portes demain dès 16h avec un premier concert sur la grande scène qui aura lieu à 17h45.
Jean-Paul Roland, thank you for speaking to us. After having had to cancel 2 years of the festival due to COVID, now you've had to cancel the first 2 days of this edition. How do you feel?
I think there's been a strong sense of anticipation over the last 2 years for the festival to take place again. We saw it with the ticket sales, with the queues of people at the entrance, and the clapping as they entered the festival grounds. So all that came to a halt thanks to a meteorological event, so out of the blue and so unpredictable. This festival has a strong sense of identity and community spirit, so it means in hard times like these, everyone joins forces to help, give shelter to festival goers, and doing so with a strong sense of local pride. There were also lots of artists who had been waiting to perform here. I'm thinking most notably of Chatterton, who have been waiting for 6 years to play at this festival. This was a big hit for them to take, and so we made sure to sign them up for next year's edition. Also, Stromae, sadly, he was not able to play. It would have been his 4th time performing here.
Shortly before the storm rocked les Eurockéennes de Belfort, we met up with French dandies Feu Chatterton, who were very excited to perform at the festival for the first time. In the end, and in good spirit, they improvised from their dressing room.
Ma douce, je parle de ma douce. Et voilà, en direct des Eurockéennes, nous ne jouerons pas ce soir. On est tellement dégoûtés, c'était nos premières Euroc.
We're at the Eurockéennes Festival with the fabulous Clément, Arthur and Seb from Feu Chatterton. Thanks for speaking to France 24. It's your first time performing at the Eurockéennes, but have you been here before as festival goers?
No, never. It's not our region, so when we were young, we would go to festivals in Paris. It's an honor to play here. It's our first time. It's best known as a rock festival, and that is what we do, so we are happy.
You talk a lot about this idea of a new world on your latest album. It's the return of music festivals, this new world.
We wrote our song A New World before the first lockdown. During the lockdown, we had to perform on Instagram Live, as we couldn't play any shows. So to see that 2 years later, we are finally able to play at a festival with this sense of communion, this easygoing energy, is great. There is obviously a party atmosphere at festivals which contrasts with the general state of the world at the moment. So it's beautiful to be able to share some moments of joy together in this new world at festivals, as it makes us appreciate the things we have and be hopeful for the future.
In contrast to last summer, where we played a few festivals, but with COVID restrictions, people are really starting to let loose. This is our third festival of the season, and we feel that people really just want to party, reunite, just hold each other. This is what we sing about on this song.
We've been a band for 10 years, so it's incredible to see that with every album we drop, we draw in more and more fans to our crowds. It's really cool.
C'est chouette quoi, c'est une chance. Un grand vent nouveau souffle sur le pays, très chaudement.
The Eurockéennes Festival is also a great place to discover other bands. Are there any artists in particular who you would like to see? I know you guys arrived on site quite early, so maybe you've bumped into other performers who you are fans of?
We're going to see a band called Squid.
Very good.
That's more of a discovery for us, even if they are well known. Then we're going to check out Stromae's new show, or at least I will be.
Festivals are really an opportunity as performers to meet up with other musicians we know. We were having something to eat in the catering tent, and Stromae came up to us to tell us he's a fan of our work. It was really a great honor. We couldn't believe it. It's also a moment to learn things from other artists. When you're watching a show, you think to yourself, oh, he or she does it like that. Interesting. It's really something to play in front of such a crowd, or be in a crowd as large as one at a festival. There are times when we're on stage and we stop to look at each other like we're just friends from high school. That's my school friend jumping in the air doing a guitar solo.
Votre dernier album Palais d'Argile a donc énormément.
Your latest album Palais d'Argile or Clay Palace was a critical and commercial success. Do you ever think about widening your international audience by singing in English?
Quelque chose auquel vous avez déjà réfléchi?
Honestly, no. L'Impératrice and La Femme are good examples of bands who sing in French and have had international success. Stromae also. They didn't have to sing in English. I think that the music we make has a certain poetic quality that can move people without necessarily understanding the lyrics completely.
You have to make choices in life, as each moment counts. If we go abroad, it means we're not performing in France. Right now, we're happy to be in our own country, but the challenge would be to move people with the French language. And we think it's possible, as it is what we do. Our music is poetic, colorful, it's expressive, and it doesn't rely solely on words, thankfully.
Charles Aznavour, Jacques Brel are artists who found success internationally, Barbara as well. They did so by promoting la chanson française.
You started writing your latest album in 2019. Is the next one already in the pipeline?
We've been carrying Palais d'Argile since 2019. We went on tour all year with it. It was really like giving birth to something. We brought it to life. We feel that we have a few more months of touring with it, as we're getting to the end of what we would like to share with this record. It's now starting to eat at us. We're starting to organize writing and improvisation sessions in the studio as we're all itching to make the next disc.
You're known for your dandy fashion sense, usually sporting tweed looks, for example. We are currently at a festival. It's very hot and humid. What are your tips for staying stylish at all times?
Short sleeve shirts, lightweight shoes.
Yeah, woven shoes so that the feet can breathe. Twill trousers as well, they're fairly lightweight.
Comfy jeans, white of course.
Watch out for the mud.
Exactly, watch out for the mud.
Other top tips for surviving a festival?
Getting a good night's sleep.
It's impossible.
It's very important, and since it's impossible, it's very hard.
Doing stretches, warm-ups, exercise in general. It's something we discovered over time, as when you play a show every night with an intense set for a few hours, then sleep in a tour bus, it becomes very physically tiring.
Are you up for showing me some moves?
Oh, that would be complicated right now. I usually do it in boxer shorts on floor.
Okay, a bit complicated. Next time in the France 24 studios.
Deal, we'll do a yoga class.
For Chatterton, thank you so much and enjoy the festival.
Merci beaucoup.
Merci. À la prochaine.
À la prochaine.
And that's it for this edition of France 24's weekly music show here at Les Eurockéennes de Belfort. We're going to leave you with some of the fantastic bands who took to the stage when the festival reopened. Remember, France 24's news bulletin, the latest one, is up in just a few minutes, but you can always stay tuned to our culture news via our website, france24.com, and of course, our social media at Encore F24.